Throughout the ages, there have been heroes and warriors who have embarked on quests to save faraway lands and free the people from would-be conquerors. Today, legends are told from the tales of our terrible warriors. Chronicles of an unlikely group of nerdy adventurers armed only with their dice, some pretty stupid ideas, and a horseshoe up their butt as they come together to save the day in the Cambridge Chronicles. Seriously? You couldn't find anyone better?
Welcome out to the Cambridge Chronicles. I am your judge for today, Mike the Birdman Dodd from thisweekingeek.net. But I'm not alone as we travel to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I am joined with...
Hi, I'm Lee. And Mr. Tristan.
Alex.
The last time on the show, you should probably have heard Alex's World War I game, where things went, well, surprisingly sideways, but it was Alex's first time GMing, and I think he did a fantastic job.
It was a good campaign.
It was interesting. Baby's first RPG.
Yeah, Baby's first RPG, because the next game you'll likely be hearing will be Starfinder as a one-shot, and that'll be...
Not really Baby's first RPG.
That's Baby's first calculus.
Dipping your toe into a little wading pool and then just diving into an ocean.
Yep, pretty much. Like, hello, Pacific, bam!
But it'll be fun.
So, yeah. So, we are back here on the Cambridge Chronicles, trying out different systems before we prepare for the official announcement, which I'm not sure whether I did it officially on the last game or not. So I'll just say it here. The second season's long-form game will be Shadowrun to start. We're going to start things off in the 6th world of 2054 in Toronto. So that should be exciting. We're going to start recording those in mid-August. When they'll be released is anybody's guess, because Justin is the overall producer and he does a lot of the final edits on the show. So you might be asking, okay, well, you've played Marvel superheroes on the show before. Yes, but that was using Mutants and Masterminds, which is a game by Green Ronin. And we've played superheroes before, once again, using DC Superheroes, which was by Green Ronin. Today, we're taking things back to the past. We're going to play the old, I'm talking 1980s TSR box set of the game, Marvel Superheroes. We're playing out of the Advanced Rulebook. And this was a game that came out, like I said, in the 1980s.
This game is as old as we are.
Yeah, pretty much. In fact, I'm pretty sure you're right, actually, Tristan. I'm pretty sure the game is older than some of you here in this room.
Because Mike's the old one.
I am the old one. And the big reason people remember this game is because it was called Phase Rip in the Universal Table. What does Phase Rip stand for? Well, if you heard our Marvel preview, which you should have because you're good listeners, it stands for Fighting, Agility, Strength, Endurance, Reason, Intellect, and Psyche.
Intuition, just to be a
Intuition,
nitpicker.
Intellect, yeah. I got the coughs this morning. Sorry, folks.
As our judge dies in
The
the corner.
infection has begun.
Oh, God, I'm infected by the brood. And it has this thing called a universal table, which you roll against, which determines if you get a green result, which is, it's a hit, but it's not successful, or it's not as successful. Yellow result is really good. Red being the best result. So, stuff like that. So,
Admittedly, being sent kind of a small package to read through to try to understand things took a few reads through to start understanding things. But I have a feeling once you get going, it actually starts to come together.
Exactly. So we'll talk about that more in the debrief as we finish up this. But before we get to the debrief, we got to start things off. So, let's kind of go around the table once and have everybody introduce their characters. And then once that is done, we shall begin what I'm calling Avengers Aftermath. And if you haven't seen Avengers Infinity War, well, you've had 2.5 months now, so spoilers, fuckers. Buckle up.
Pretty much.
All right, Alex, you go first.
So, I will start with, I had to recreate my character sheet because it was somehow disappeared into the ether since the time we made the preview episode on this.
That's what you get for messing with the dark world.
Exactly. Luckily, I still had my rough notes to create my character sheet from, so everything should be exactly the same, and if it's not, too bad.
Yeah.
So, I am playing Al Abrams, a character. Should I give a whole backstory again?
Yeah.
We already did that sort of.
Just to do a TLDR.
Yeah.
Yeah, too long to read. My character's name, or my superhero name, is Payout, and I work for an insurance company investigating disasters. Basically, whenever a superhero or superpowered person has an incident where a building gets destroyed or damaged or a car, whatever you have it, I come out and determine who has to get the payout. You know, if it was caused by the Avengers, well, then they're going to get a bill for it. Is it caused, you know, just by a supervillain that had no affiliation? There's no nothing, like no collusion involved. Well, then the insurance company has to pay for it. And should I go into my powers, I guess?
Yeah. What do you do? What makes you special?
Well, as far as my talents, I have wrestling as one, so I'll be a grappler. I also have thrown weapons. I don't know why I picked that, because...
I think... Oh, yeah, everything here was generated randomly.
Yeah, one of the main systems...
That's right, I rolled that. So
yeah, Phaser is based on character creation from random rolls almost entirely.
Yeah, I think it was... Yeah, you let me pick one of my talents, and I picked wrestling, and then I had to roll the other one, which is thrown weapons. So I guess I'm going to have, like, rocks and stuff to throw at people.
You're going in through the rubble, you just throw bits of buildings.
Pick up the things that I'm looking at and just throw it. As far as my powers go, I have life support, which is set to incredible, which is pretty good.
Which is amazing, yeah.
Yeah, life support.
No, amazing.
So that was the power. Was
true.
So my power was that I can walk through radiation. I can, you know, if there's a building on fire, I can just walk into it and walk around. If the place is freezing, I won't be affected by the cold. I could be put in a freezer for hours and nothing will happen. I could be launched into space and not necessarily need to breathe or have, you know, explosive decompression for a while. I think we looked into it, and it's up to 8 turns for me because of how I roll. So basically, but I still get hurt. If I do get hurt, like a projectile weapon will hurt me. If I get hit with a heat beam, I'm going to get hit with a concussive force. It doesn't necessarily mean I'll burn from it. But when I do get hurt, I heal like a normal person. So, you know, you could chop my arm off, and it's like, ow, it's not going to grow back.
just ow.
But if, say, radioactive man hits you with one of his beams,
I'll be like,
you're okay.
I'll be like, fuck off. I got things to do, and just walk away.
Watch out, radioactive man.
Exactly. The goggles, they do nothing. But the other powers I have are dark force manipulation. So think Doctor Strange when you go into the other dimension.
Yeah.
I can go into rifts of the dark dimension, but it's easy enough for me to go through there if I'm sort of teleporting or pulling things in and out, but things might come through with me.
Yeah.
Other people that go through, it's hazardous. Like there could be a pocket of toxic chemicals or gas inside of there wherever I enter. So for me, I'm fine going through, but pulling somebody else through would be kind of difficult.
You never know when Dormammu's just going to pop up out of nowhere and go, boop, you're dead.
Like I could go in there, come out, and everybody be like staring at me. Like I would be like, what? They'd be like, you have some sort of parasite on you, and I wouldn't even necessarily know because environmentally, I'll be fine for multiple turns.
And that's just how the dark dimension works.
Yeah, you have no idea. It could be perfectly fine. You could go through and be perfect. So that's, I thought, an interesting power. And my third is I have a shape-shifting power, but it's not like I can turn into like a jaguar and then like have the power of a jaguar. It's like I can turn into a lamp. Or
I love lamp.
Something. Think like Odo, only because I can't get the faces right, sort of thing. Like a What We Do in the Shadows kind of thing. Like I could turn into a cat, I guess, but I'd still have my face.
A messed up.
So it's a lot.
So it's Lovecraftian body.
Yeah. So it's a lot easier for me to be like, I could stand next to a wall and make myself look like a door. That sort of thing. Now, it doesn't mean I'm invisible, so it's not camouflage. I would actually physically manifest as something. So think like a lampshade, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you'd have to kind of fit into your situation. Yeah,
and that is actually...
what do you have that power level at?
It's at excellent, so it's my lowest power out of them. I rolled pretty good for each.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, I have, for Dark Force Manipulation, it's remarkable, but it's incredible for life support. Basically, I'm just a tank. But I'm not really great. When I rolled all my other things, I have a decent fighting skill. I have pretty good endurance, as you'd figure. But everything else, I'm pretty normal. Not normal as a human, but normal as a superhero.
Yeah, when you compare to other superheroes, nothing too overwhelming, exceptional, etc.
Yeah, so that's basically it. I don't need to go into my backstory because we had that in the preview.
Yep. And then we go to Fenrir.
In sharp contrast to Payout's brawl toughness being a tank, I am Fenrir of Asgard. I have fashioned myself the son of Loki, but I'm really not the son of Loki. I am a huge fanboy, and Loki doesn't even know I exist. So I'm just kind of delusional and crazy. But my preferred fighting style is stay back, stay from afar, and throw missiles at people. My powers include a slashing missile, an ensnaring missile, and I have extra body parts that have manifested as wings, so I'm able to stay far away, stay away from the battle, and keep people away from me with ensnaring missiles while kind of slashing them from a distance. I also have the ability to use certain weapon types. In the game, they're called Oriental weapons. It's a bit of a dated term.
In terms of game talk, we decided Oriental weapons would be Asgardian. Because it makes sense. Basically, Asgardian specialty weapons would be
exactly,
what Fenrir is
exactly. The type of weaponry you see in the Thor movies, especially Ragnarok, there's a lot of variety in weapons there, so that's the kind of thing you're going to see. I also have professional skills. I am a pilot, which makes sense. You know, Ragnarok, the Asgard has a lot of not Ragnarok. There's ships in Asgard, so piloting is a regular skill there. I don't have much fighting skill, so I don't like to get up close. My agility's okay. My strength is my strongest stat. It's at amazing, so I'm able to kind of fend people off, but if it comes to blows, then I'm kind of screwed.
So basically, you're like a rogue. You could just cut them really good.
Yeah, I try to stay back. You know, I can fend them off if they get up too close, and then just try to ensnare them where they are, get away, and then throw some slashing missiles at them and hope for the best.
All right.
So that's me.
So for our final hero today, we have Lee.
Oh, now I just wanted to ask you a quick question. Was I here for the Marvel preview?
No, you were busy that day.
Okay,
you were busy.
So I don't actually have a backstory.
Okay,
so
well,
while you guys,
we'll work with you on it right
talking, I was thinking of just a quick blurb in my head.
Perfect.
So my character's name is Liam Kincaid, and I was caught in a accident, so I have my powers, and they were all just kind of randomized, exploded.
He was caught in a landslide with no escape from reality.
So once I found out what my powers were, I became a freelance infiltrator. So
freelance crap
infiltrator. I wasn't very good at my job.
So wait, you're in sanitation? Like, you're a janitor for hire?
Exactly.
I'm a freelance crap.
Okay.
I'm going to start a business like that.
I fashioned my name as an acronym of my powers. So my hero name is Sir. And I have an excellent shape-shifting ability, so I'm kind of like Alex. I'm able to do the uncanny valley of not faces, but other things.
It comes in handy when you're infiltrating crap.
We could turn into like an arching door or something. We could both turn into golems to just or like the gargoyles. Yeah, that's what I.
You'd be golems too.
And then I also have invisibility, so unlike Alex, I can if someone turns a corner, I can come back around to them and be like, "Hey, you do this." I'm
just picturing you doing that and be like, "All right, Alex, it's your turn," and I go, "All right," and I go into the dark dimension and come back and I go, "Oh God, it's terrible!" And there's like something following me. There's like tentacles. Like so much for surprise. Be like, you don't want to go in there.
And I also have regeneration as a power, remarkable regeneration. So I'm hardy. I can stay along in a fight.
So I have the ability. I'm tough, and then you just heal. You're like Wolverine.
Yeah, I've got the regeneration powers of Wolverine. Remarkable.
Combined, we're basically one superhero.
Yeah. I'm a good fighter. I've got remarkable fighting skills. Agility, so strength. Strength is TY. What's that again?
Typical.
Okay, so I'm a good fighter, but I just punch like a normal person, I guess. Remarkable endurance. So again, with endurance and regeneration, I'm super tough. Just typical reasons, so I'm average human logic, I would assume. Yeah. Good intuition. I can think. And typical psyche.
Yay!
I am.
It sounds like you're in a job interview and you're reading your resume, and your resume is like,
I'm a good work guy.
But by the way, what does it say in your resume? It says I can think. Not I can think on my feet. Just, I can think.
No, I can't think on my feet.
That's a valuable resource.
Anywho, that's me. I'm Sir the Infiltrator, the crap infiltrator. I've already got a nickname, and we haven't even started playing yet.
So wait, I'm also thinking. So Fenrir, so you're a pilot. So are you maybe like a garbage man pilot? So we could just be
The
like,
garbage scout.
Oh my god!
Asgard.
We're the garbage truck heroes of the Marvel universe.
You're the discount
garbage
guardian.
men.
because like, what am I? I'm not the insurance guy. I'm the insurance investigator. I'm the guy that everybody hates because I'm the guy that's going to catch you when you're trying to pull bullshit, arson or whatever. So what am I? I'm like the scum. I'm almost as bad as like a door-to-door vacuum salesman. And then we've got a garbage man.
I can kind of fly up and survey the scene and see what's up.
And then we've got a sanitation guy. So we're pretty much, we are like the lowest on the totem pole. We're lower than street level people.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're the cleanup crew, the Marvel
like-
cleanup crew.
Like Jessica Jones would like talk to me when she doesn't want to deal with something stupid.
Pretty much.
And I get called in like, I have a stupid insurance job I need you to do. Here's $50. Okay. Okay, you're kind of hot.
$50 is $50.
All right, so now that we've assembled our heroes, thus as it were, we are ready to start Avengers Aftermath. So, each of you has gotten a phone call or a guy showing up at your places of residence. This has happened, it's a Saturday morning. New York is under a very tense field of fear right now. Basically, something appeared in the skies a couple of days ago, this giant circular object, and something attacked New York. And people are upset, people are freaking out. Basically, riot cops are on the streets. It's not quite martial law, but things are serious. And each of you has got a guy come to your door, dressed in a plain black suit, sunglasses, and they ask you to please come with them. I assume you all go?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
All
you
right.
are led to a nondescript building in downtown Manhattan. It looks fairly high-tech. It's got that shiny stainless steel kind of look. It looks high-tech. In fact, it even looks like Stark might actually own a stake in this building. But you're not sure, all things considered. So you sit down at this huge conference room table. It's just got a single light bulb hanging above the table. You see a bunch of dossiers all spread out over it. And the men drop you off at the room one at a time. You've all never met each other, I assume.
Not that I know of.
And you're all told to sit and wait.
I'm picturing in my head, like us all coming into this room. Is it like in Men in Black when he was brought in for the?
Similar, actually. Very,
so
very,
so
very
I'm looking at
similar.
my. I see it. Like, are you dressed like as an Asgard?
I try to blend in as much as I
Okay,
can.
so I was like, because I would have looked at it, I probably wouldn't phase me at this point, but like I'm just wearing, for anybody that wants to know, I'm wearing like work, I guess sort of not khaki pants, but work pants, and a button-up shirt with a tie that's fairly loosened on it, and I'm not wearing my jacket because it's hot. It's the
Yeah,
summertime.
it's hot summertime.
And I'm looking just. Trying to think of what it sort of looked like. Think I might be reaching a bit, but think Ed Asner back in the day when he was on his TV show. Was it Lou Grant?
Yeah.
That look.
Okay.
It's very descript.
Yes. Just basically a pencil pusher sort of guy. Like I don't look like a superhero.
He looks like a dork.
Yeah.
All right, so
Cool.
after a few moments passes, the lights in the room start to raise up a little bit. There's more lights in there. And you see a bunch of LCD TV screens start to come to life. And you see a familiar logo that, Sir, you recognize, Fenrir, you recognize, and Payout, you also recognize as the logo of Strategic Homeland Intervention and Logistics Division.
Espionage.
Espionage.
Child.
Logistics division.
Child. Basically stands for SHIELD, which is an agency.
So you didn't have illiterate written down on your sheet, did you?
Sorry, I forgot what
think
Childs. I'd be like, oh, great. It's a knockoff group.
Escape.
It's just Hydra again.
So this is the organization that, as far as you and the public know, has been disbanded due to infiltration by the villainous group known as Hydra. However, has been inactive for several years, according to the public's knowledge. So after the LCD screens come to life and the SHIELD logo comes up, a black man, a bald black man with an eye patch, enters the room. And he looks at all you guys, and another woman comes in behind him with short, dark hair. She's dressed in like a blue, kind of like a tight blue jumpsuit with the S.H.I.E.L.D. logo on the shoulder patches. She's got a gun slung across her back. And Fury, the black man, you don't know him as Fury yet.
I wonder who he is.
Enters with this big, black, long trench coat. And he looks at all of you, looks at the woman, and goes, "You're telling me this is the best we could dig up on short notice? These guys." And the woman kind of sighs and goes, "Well, everybody's out of town. What do you want?"
Since this isn't the TV show, and it's not the movies, and we're allowed to be R-rated, could we please have him a little more Sam Jackson-y? Who are these motherfuckers at?
Give me time.
Okay, please. I kind of want actual Sam Jackson. Nick
don't
Fury.
worry. You shall receive.
Okay.
Okay, so he sits down at the table with the woman across from Fenrir. He goes, "You know, I thought the asshole with the hammer was the only one I'd have to deal with. But then we got you." Looks over at Payout. "And you, this insurance monkey-looking motherfucker.
There we go.
We call you." He looks over at Sir and goes, "Well, you've done some good work for us in the past. We like you. But Jesus Christ." He goes, "Look, for those of you that don't know, my name is Nick Fury, former director of S.H.I.E.L.D. And if you haven't guessed, if you're here right now, I've got some problems, and only your dumb asses can help clean this up. As you've noticed, New York is suffering from a bit of a superhero problem right now, or dare I say lack of one right now. There's chaos in the streets, and I don't know when Stark and the rest of the others are getting back. I don't know if they're ever going to come back at this point. So I need you monkeys, to step up and help save this city."
I stare straight ahead, not even looking at him, just with a look on my face. Okay.
Goes, "Good. Now, here's what our agents on the street have been able to gather. I need you to just help keep panic and have people have something to believe in right now. Because right now they're freaked out by whatever the hell appeared in the skies a couple of days ago to whatever's happening now. I need you guys to help maintain the peace."
I'm not wearing spandex.
"No, are you kidding? Trust me, I don't need Captain America. I need someone a little more covert right now who can at least blend in. That's why you were picked, Payout, because, well, I never thought I'd see the day when looking like a door would necessarily be a useful talent."
I grumbled to myself.
But they also need someone who can definitely hit pretty hard. That's why I got this alien over here, this Asgardian.
That's right, I am an Asgardian. You speak to a god. Be respectful.
Shut up, fool!
Okay.
He's turned into Shaft.
Shaft Fury.
Oh,
Hill kind of chuckles to herself.
Perfect.
And goes, "Sir, I need you to help keep these people in line, at least somewhat, with S.H.I.E.L.D. protocols. You are familiar with them enough to don't make it on the fucking evening news."
I can do that. I can stay invisible and...
That's good. Because that's what I need right
You're not going to use a leprechaun voice?
Don't touch me like a charm.
Please don't,
toy,
actually.
toy.
Wait, no, please do. But
Is it better if he does or doesn't?
So Hill says, she steps up and looks at the dossiers on the table there. "Now, we have received some intelligence as to what's going on in the city because we have no reliable S.H.I.E.L.D. assets right now. They're all tied up in Wakanda and other places around the world right now. there's some problems going on Rikers Island right now. And for those of you that don't know, there is a man there incarcerated named Wilson Fisk, who seems to be he fancies himself as some sort of a kingpin, if you will, of crime in New York City ever since what happened downtown with one of the buildings blowing up and Madame Gao's operation pretty much going up in smoke. There seems to be a bit of a power vacuum in the city, and the city's underworld is definitely taking advantage of it right now. It wasn't bad enough that after the Battle of New York, people started stealing alien shit and starting to use it, like Adrian Toombs. But now I got this. If he looks at the dossier, frankly, this bald motherfucker taking advantage of the situation. So, your job, find out what this guy's up to, find out how it's going to affect the city of New York, and deal with this shit as quickly and as quietly as possible. I don't need the kingpin out on the streets causing problems. Looks at Hill and says, show him that gun on your back, please. So she steps forward, puts the gun down on the table. It looks like a typical assault rifle. And says, you look at this gun, you think it's just a typical assault rifle.
Petty.
Takes the gun, picks it up, shoots at the wall. The wall violently explodes. That's called a Judas weapon. That's the type of shit that'll make the Hulk flinch. I don't want these on the fucking street. So if you come across this stuff, because I'm pretty sure Fisk is trying to get his hands on some of this stuff, deal with it. Now, you'll have whatever assets I can give you. He throws down a cell phone and says, call whoever you need to on this. Someone I trust will be on the other end. They will help you. He stands up and says, get it done. And if you succeed, maybe there'll be some more work for you. Or maybe you'll be the next round of Avengers. I don't know. Either way, he snaps his fingers, goes to Hill, we're out of here. Stands up and he leaves.
Does the Shaft music play as he walks away?
Yes.
Shaft.
So what are you guys going to do?
So we have we have dossiers, right?
Yeah, the dossiers detail Wilson Fisk, some of the crimes, some of his known associates, stuff like that. They detail some of the intelligence, some of, like, you hear, like, in the dossiers are recorded phone conversations talking about they want to steal Judas weapons. They're going to make a break for Rikers as soon as they can to break him out, but they don't have the muscle to do it right now.
He's in Rikers. We could just... Oh, we're not bad guys. I was going to say, we could just go to Rikers and kill him. I feel like
That's frowned upon.
that's frowned upon by S.H.I.E.L.D., I think.
I'm just standing over here, waving my finger.
I'm not
Big,
much of one for murder, more of trickery.
Yeah, okay, so...
Well, to me, we have three options.
Yeah.
We can find the Judas weapons first. We can stop them from recruiting more people, or we can go and just kind of form a wall around Fisk, a wall made of us.
Is there anything in the dossiers that mentions a specific meeting place somewhere?
There is one of the things that's mentioned in the dossiers is, Kingpin likes to meet whoever his informants are in the yard at Rikers. That's mentioned. As for other meeting places, there are several locations in Hell's Kitchen and Harlem that are mentioned. Several addresses specifically. Okay. And there is Kingpin's old penthouse, which the property has not yet actually been seized. So that's still being used as a residence, a legal residence by his organization. For some reason, the city of New York and the federal government could not touch it.
It would probably derail everything, I say as a
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to do it, but there's a part of me that goes, why don't we just go to Rikers and I'll, like, open up a portal to the Dark Dimension and just throw him in and then just close it and walk
Didn't
away.
kill him, we just let the Dark Dimension do it.
All right, walk away. But, like, I didn't kill him. Nobody can get to him. He's in Dark Dimension. Whatever's in there, who knows?
I mean, we could go to Riker's, and if anyone's meeting him, we can just stand invisibly by and listen to the conversation.
Two of us can, yeah.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
just blend in and stuff, by being a person.
You can stay outside for all I care.
But you know what? The penthouse might not be a bad thing to check out.
I think the penthouse too.
If it hasn't been seized and nobody's been able to go in,
It's probably pretty important. We can find our way in.
there'd be something there. Wilson Fisk is somebody who would have meticulous records of his going-ons.
They might be a little forged, but they're still meticulous.
They also might be a little hard to find,
but there would be something there because he can't store everything in his mind.
So that's what you guys are going to do?
Go to the penthouse.
All right. So you guys exit the room, you exit the building. You notice that there are no escorts around anymore. Like, literally, you walk out and there's nobody around.
No. No one to escort us.
Like, okay, so nobody, like...
There's nobody, like, literally, the place in New York, whenever you're in a building, typically you can hear the street on some level. It's quiet for just half a heartbeat.
Is there, like, clothes everywhere and stuff?
You start to hear explosions.
Explosions. I was going to say, I thought they were all raptured. Be like, the rapture happened.
I guess it kind of explains a lot about us. But then again, I'm from Asgard, so I am a god, so there's some religious confusion. Anyway.
So yeah, you start hearing explosions, a car crashes outside, metal on metal scraping, just people screaming.
Let's rush to find out what's going on. Let's get out of this building.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you rush outside of the front of the building. You see Hill and Fury standing out the back of their SUV as they're just starting to pull away. They get out of their car. You see them kind of look at each other, and then you just see them literally turn to ash. You can just hear Fury faintly go, and he just literally disappears. As people on the street literally just start disappearing.
All right, I'm like touching myself right now and touching these other guys, like being like, I don't mean I'm not touching my junk. I'm just like rubbing my arms and then like touching my two cohorts and just like, okay,
What's
so we're not fucked. What something else just happened?
Everybody, give me an agility roll. You're gonna dodge.
Agility roll.
Yeah.
So, do you have that universal table up?
Yes.
Because I don't know what we're supposed to hit.
Yeah, I don't exactly know.
It
what
is
we're
a
doing
very
First
convoluted...
roll of the game.
So it's your roll plus your score here.
You're rolling your dodge, so that's your agility.
And what die am I rolling?
Percentile.
So 100.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's an 80 from the dice, and my agility is excellent.
Okay, so you're in a yellow result, which is good. So you're fine.
So I 60 plus... You said it's agility?
Yeah. What's your agility?
Do we give you the number or the name?
Number of the name.
Give me the number.
16.
Okay, and what's your agility?
That's what I said.
16.
16 plus...
So that's
The roll
good.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have good agility.
Oh, wait,
did you
my
roll on
agility
the-
is
16
excellent.
would be excellent.
Okay, so what did you roll?
This is learning.
60.
60. Okay, you're fine, sir.
84 plus 16. Or
So
excellent.
16 was your excellent. So you rolled 84. Okay, you roll yellow. So what happens is you guys look up and see a news helicopter literally drop out of the sky right towards you. And it starts to spin, its tail starts to spin. You can hear someone screaming inside. And the helicopter, you guys just dodge out of the way as it crashes right into the shield building right beside you.
It's
Just-
not-
We're not very good superheroes because we heard somebody screaming and our solution, was, oh shit, I stepped out of the way and just let it crash. I mean, we aren't.
None of us have that.
I was gonna say we're not Superman powers. We're not even Spider-Man
I'm
strength.
going to hold the helicopter up. No, I'm not
We're
going
just
to
like,
be doing
oh
that.
shit, that's not good.
So yeah, this news helicopter crashes right in front of you, explodes, and you guys manage to dodge out of the way. You are all unharmed, and you just hear, like I said, explosions and cars crashing and people screaming as the city literally erupts in chaos.
Is there still someone in the helicopter screaming?
Yes, actually.
Has the helicopter come to a stop?
Yes,
Okay,
it's
it's no
crashed.
longer-
It's on fire. And the person inside is just pounding at the door,
It's on-
screaming,
it's-
"Get me out!
It's
Get me
on
out!
fire.
Get me out!"
I should probably go be the person to get them out because I'm the only one that won't be burned.
Get on in there. I don't even know your powers yet.
I'm gonna go and just like open the door.
Okay, give me a strength roll.
All right, let's roll this. So should I be rolling like? Because I've got the percentile dice and I've got another d10. Should I roll
that's fine.
both?
Yes.
All right, let's roll this. Rolly, rolly, rolly.
What is your strength?
My strength. My strength is typical.
Okay.
So it's a 5.
Ouch.
And I rolled 22.
22. You start to grab hold of the door. You grab a hold by the handles.
Yeah.
And it's just not coming.
It's not coming. Okay, so
You're like you could hear it move, but evidently during the crash something was damaged.
Oh, so
and
it's like
the
bent
door's-
in.
Yeah, it's bent in.
Do you need help with that door?
Yes, please.
Is the door on fire or anything?
No.
No? Okay. So I'm going to give a hand trying to open up the door.
Okay.
So that's a 67, and my strength is amazing.
Strength is amazing. 67. Amazing. You grab a hold of the door, and it literally flies off as you reach it right off its hinges, and it flies into another building. So the person inside grabs a hold of you. It's this little Asian woman, and you can just hear her in just crying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." And she turns around and looks back in the helicopter and goes, "What happened to Daryl?"
I don't know.
It's Daryl.
What's a Daryl?
Who is this Daryl, and where is he from?
Why are you guys laughing?
She starts crying and says, he was my pilot."
If it's the same as anything that's happening down here, everyone's disappearing.
People be ashen.
She starts just hysterically crying. And when you say ashen, she almost just kind of snaps out of it for a second
Sorry.
and goes,
Snaps.
"What do you mean?"
People be ashen. They're just like ash. They're everywhere.
Disintegrating.
It's. I almost felt like even though my character is modern day, I almost feel like he should be like 1950s and just be like, "Slapper, you're being hysterical." But that doesn't work. So no, I'm not gonna do that.
No violence. No violence like this.
Like I'm figuring he's like a hard nosed, but he's not hard nosed. He's not a
He's just
hard
regular
cop.
nosed.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna explain it for real.
Okay.
Say we just came out of this building and noticed a whole ton of people just turned to ash and disappeared, and there's disasters happening all around. This just happened like 30 seconds ago.
She starts looking around, and she hears all the screams, and she starts looking around. She kind of stops herself. She's like, "Oh God, Mom," and starts bolting down the street.
Bye.
Good luck.
Like, I mean, at this point, it's just, we've got a mission to do. So we're like, chalk it up for a win. We win. People were saved. Yay, sort of.
We did a thing.
Whatever. Anyway, my character, again, he's just like, okay, let's move on. Like, what's next? And then I'm also thinking, who's going to pay us? Fury's dead. Everybody's dead. Or at least we think they're dead. Well, they got to be dead. When they turn to ash.
Because you saw Hill. And
This isn't a matter of them disappearing. Like he's on the ground. You can see, like...
It's just this pile of just dust.
Yeah. So I'll be like, at this point, I'm not even caring about pay. I'm just like,
Let's try to survive
let's
this.
just get through this and figure out what's going on. We've got a mission to do. Somebody's going to pay us.
Hey, maybe most of our targets will be gone already.
Somebody will pay us.
Look at
That's
that.
certainly looking on the bright side.
Somebody's going to pay us.
We're alive. Let's take advantage of this.
I mean, I'm an insurance guy. Somebody's going to pay us. I keep repeating it to myself as you guys are talking. Just somebody's going to pay us. Who's going to pay us? Somebody's going to pay us. All right, let's go on.
All right. So where are you guys headed?
Penthouse.
Yeah, we're
right,
supposed to head to the
so-
penthouse, so now we're going to try to avoid falling helicopters on the way.
Okay. How do you get there?
Take the helicopter? No.
I think we're just going to, like, well, the streets are crammed, right?
Yeah, streets are crammed. You could.
Are there bicycles around anywhere?
Yes, there are several bicycles discarded,
You guys know how to ride bikes?
Covered in ash.
covered in ash.
Doesn't matter, but here's the thing. It's a lot easier to get through on a bicycle, or I would say motorcycle, but bicycles are probably easier at this point because a lot of the motorcycles would have crashed in this
Yeah.
part.
So this
Like-
picturesque scene of us, the three superheroes,
Yeah.
Can I ride a pink one?
bicycling through downtown New York.
Yes. Because people think about it, like, if you try to take the cars or anything else, they're all crashed and all mangled
for
up.
sure, yeah.
But there's likely bicycles.
it is.
The little streets are mangled. The bikes are more maneuverable.
Yeah. So it's a lot
I
easier
am
to take a
going to
bike.
use a scooter.
Yes, you do find a scooter.
Cool.
Wait, so okay, so two of us are on bicycles, one of
One
us
of
is
them
on a
pink.
Segway,
Yeah.
and and we're just we're like it makes sense.
Bicycles are too low key for me.
Like
Loki.
it makes sense because we're not going to take a sub. The subway would be automated, but it doesn't mean they haven't crashed or still had
Probably
problems.
still a bad deal.
Yeah, so it's probably a lot easier for just. I think that's the fastest way through. Like, there's no horses.
I'm already seeing us.
Yeah,
On our way.
we're biking and scooting
Yeah.
our way over.
So you're biking and scootering your way through the streets. You see more just people's ashes on the ground. You see what's left of the cops seemingly overwhelmed. Like they're trying to keep people calm. You see lootings going on now in the streets. It's utter and total chaos right now. So after probably about half an hour of biking through the streets, you guys eventually arrive at the address that was listed in Midtown Manhattan for Kingpin's penthouse. You see this giant glass building. You see guys standing outside with guns. They look like some sort of private security. You're not entirely sure. If anybody wants to make, I'm just going to double check what this is. I think it's an intellect roll,
With the
which would be
people.
equivalent to perception, I think.
Like
I'm just
an
going to double check.
intuition gooey.
Yeah, just give me a sec. I just want to look at it. That or reason. So you can use intuition or reason for this one.
Intuition or reason.
Well, I would say reason for me because it's remarkable versus intuition at good.
I have good and typical, so I'm just gonna.
Just gonna
Are
sit
good
in
and
the corner.
typical? Good is better than typical, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my intuition. Yeah, I can't see shit. That's
So
a 19 with my.
Yeah, nothing.
48 plus my good, which is an 8.
So you got 48 on good.
Yeah.
Okay, just let me double check the table here, which is always a fun time.
Are we rounding, or are we just gonna keep it a?
Well, all I need to know
There's
is
the results table and everything.
the
You match the
results
row
table,
and the column, and there's your result.
So
It's a
you
cool
got-
system, but it takes more
It's a bit of
memorizing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a bit
it's
of
a bit of
eye work.
memorizing once you get the hang of it. And what did you get?
my
Fenner?
reason is remarkable, and I rolled an 82.
Okay, so
So you did really good.
So you're looking at them. They seem nervous. They seem composed, but they're nervous. You can just tell by the way that they're holding their guns. One of them is visibly sweating. And you notice there's probably about 5 of them. They're just guys in suits, but they have very obvious assault weapons. And they're definitely not cops.
I was ready to go knock knock, and he's gonna go who's there, and be like fist, and then punch. But there's 5 of them.
Fist, 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 fist.
I was thinking
They have not
both
noticed you yet.
We can both
Actually, I'm gonna roll for that.
shapeshift. We can shapeshift into
They
them.
do a lamp in the middle of the road, and they'd be like, "What the hell is this lamp?"
We can shapeshift into humans with our just normal
I
faces.
don't
with
believe
guard-
so. That was it's,
So
supposed,
I
it's supposed to be
rolled-
inanimate objects.
I thought we could do humans as well. Can we not?
Yeah,
do
you
that?
can, but you can't. You couldn't turn in the Tom Cruise.
No, but I could be like me in their suit.
Yes,
Like-
you could do that.
Oh, we
Your
can do
voice,
that.
your voice still remains yours.
I'm
You can't
already
take
in a
on
suit.
mannerism.
They don't know me, so like.
Well, and the same thing. I'm already in a suit, so I could just walk up and be like,
So I rolled a
I was.
97.
Oh, you rolled a 97.
Okay,
So they look at you, go, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
Shit.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna. It's crazy out here. You see what's going on? Boss sent us down for extra help.
Okay, where are you assigned to?
Penthouse.
Go on through.
It's walking.
Ta-da.
Fuck this. No powers. Nothing. Just. I was all the power of wearing a suit and walking up and looking like
You own the place.
not only do you own the place, that you're tired, don't give a fuck, and don't want to deal with them. You just walk up and be like, "Boss sent me in," and they just let us in. I guess I figured they'd be short-staffed at this point, right? They just. I mean, like,
That's putting it
I just
lightly.
look at you guys and I'm like, that was what the fuck? That was just beyond easy. So we just walk in.
So you start walking through the building. You start
Yeah.
heading towards the elevators. You do see piles of ash on the floor. You do pass another couple of guards,
Yeah.
and they just kind of look at you, kind of nervously.
So I just give them, just look at them straight, blank, just give them a nod and start walking on.
All right, so you start walking on. You come up to the elevator, and Kingpin's penthouse is on the 60th floor.
Cool.
Nice that they labeled that for us.
It just says Kingpin's penthouse.
It's labeled Fisk Residence.
Bad guy here. That's it.
So you start heading up
Yeah.
to the Fisk residence after a couple moments on the elevator. You come inside. The door opens. It's this immaculately marble kind of lobby sort of area. It's actually suspiciously quiet. Like, weirdly quiet.
Everybody dead.
Well, everyone else is half gone.
Wait, the half of the universe, was that just humans or dogs and stuff too?
Everything.
It was all life.
That's hotly debated.
all life that isn't plants, right?
Yeah,
It's
all
very
life
hotly
is-
debated as to what counts as life being.
So I think it was any
eliminated.
because in the show movie it was anything that wasn't a plant. I
Yeah.
think
Like, yeah.
anything that had like
anything that wasn't a
animals
resource
and dogs
itself.
disappearing and stuff like that.
yeah, like
Oh, I
it was
didn't realize.
because it was half of all life, but life is different than plant life, right? So animal life, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I mean,
life
like
that
dogs and
reproduces.
cats
so I'm assuming the guard dogs and shit are pretty much dead, or we would hear
Yeah.
them by
Yeah,
now.
they're half dead.
Be like, well, this turned out to be a lot easier than we expected. So I figure we're gonna go to his study or his office.
Okay, so you start walking through. You walk into this huge library-like area. See, like, one of those globe things that everybody has in their study. These giant oak tables. You see a neat desk with a computer on it. You see this giant window, which is actually shattered.
Okay.
There's tons of glass on the floor, but other than that, you can just see the curtains just gently blowing in the breeze.
Anyone particularly good with computers?
No.
I have military.
That might
You
help.
might be able to.
Yeah.
Wait a second. My occupation is finance. I'm going to be the one that's able to look because I'm a investigator, right? So I would have a
You file
forensic knowledge
reports.
Yeah.
of like
forensic.
I can look through his QuickBooks and I can
Yeah.
look through his spreadsheets and tell if something's fucky with his ledger. I can probably see if there's
Okay, so you investigate
Yeah.
the computer. I'm going to investigate.
yeah.
that
I'll
window.
investigate the computer and see if he has any like a ledger book or something that might, even if it's in code, I'll know if it's a ledger.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Roll
stand
me-
here, look pretty.
All right.
Keep doing that.
Okay, so you're gonna look for the ledger. You're gonna go.
I'm going to check out the window.
Okay, you check out the window.
I want to see if anything, can I peer carefully over
Yeah.
the window to see if anything fell?
You don't see like anything fell. Although, roll me your reason.
I don't have to do that, right?
I need a
It's just
reason.
one.
54 plus remarkable.
So what are you? What's your?
Remarkable 26 for reason.
Okay, so you got it. As far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Okay, so you're looking at the way the glass was shattered. Definitely external force. So something came in as opposed to went out.
That could be worse.
Wait.
Looks like something came in through the glass. The glass is on this side, so something came in this room.
Okay, well, I'm still going to be, I'm assuming, looking in his desk for any like locked drawers or any sort of thing that he would maybe store. I'm reaching underneath to see if he's got like anything taped to the desk or
A
stashed,
button or something like that.
that sort of thing.
As someone who's proficient in thrown weapons, do I have any thrown weapons on me?
Yes, you have five
not-
throwing knives.
5 throwing knives. Okay, I'm gonna ready a knife just in my hand.
Because
in
I'm
case.
thinking, what if there's another shapeshifter like us in here?
Yeah.
Kind of
Well, but
bitch.
it's silent. You said, right? Like,
Yeah, it's quiet.
there's probably nobody here.
Still, I'd be a little on edge. Something shattered the window and came in.
Yeah. Is there,
But it could've
is there
gone into
anything
the building.
on
Yeah,
the
but it
ground,
could
like a
have
rock
gone,
or
it could have gone out again.
Yeah, or
piece
gone down
of
the elevator.
metal or
Just
anything?
tons of glass.
Just tons of glass. So something came in and then moved.
Actually, roll me your reason. We'll see
Okay.
if you notice anything.
With my typical reason, my number reaches 104. I rolled a 99.
Wow.
Okay, so
it's pretty much win.
you notice there's actually a rope attached. There's like a rappel line attached, but it keeps swinging in and out of the window, so you didn't notice it when you first entered the room.
Okay, guys, there's a rappel line here. Someone definitely came in.
Like a rappel going up or down?
You're able coming from up, like someone came in from the
repelled
roof.
Down and
from
then
the
kicked
roof
in the
and-
door, kicked in the
Yeah.
window sort of thing? Okay, so have I found anything yet?
Roll me your reason.
You don't need a reason to have a reason. So I've had to say that the entire time. Now it's off my chest and we're good.
So that is 60 with typical.
60 with typical. You find something. You find a drawer that has a complex lock on it.
Okay.
You can't fiddle it open just by kind of messing
Just
with
by
it.
pulling on it without doing anything major to it?
Yeah. Someone who's stronger might be able to do it, but you don't know if Kingpin has any traps set up.
And I was going to say wrestling won't do it. And it's... I was thinking, I was like,
I can probably try to rip it off like I did with the door.
wait a minute. So it's got like a key on it?
No, it's got like a key. It's got like a lock, like those keyholes.
All right.
But there's something more complex about it.
All right. So I'm going to shapeshift my finger into a key.
Okay. Roll me powers. And what power? So that's shape-shifting.
Shapeshifting. So I've got that at excellent.
Okay.
So that is 94.
You stick your finger, it turns into liquid.
Yeah.
Then it starts to harden up, and you can feel your finger kind of twisting around in the lock, fiddling around, going through all the tumblers. After a second or two,
Yep.
click. And it opens.
Nice. See, I knew this would come in handy.
So the drawer slides open. You see it filled with stacks of cash. You see a handgun. And you also see a very expensive-looking notebook.
So I say, should we take it all?
You wanted to know about how
Actually,
we're going to get paid.
what good is money right? Yeah, but what good is the money right now?
I don't
Society's
think any
not
of us
gone.
have proficiency in armed weapons.
Well, I'll take the gun because I can always throw it.
Still, yeah, you can have a gun.
But it might
How will I
be.
use this?
Well, it could be used as evidence or something.
That's
so.
true. Yeah, keep it.
So take the gun. Money's not really worth. People are in panic and people are looting. Money's not really worth anything right now. So then I'll take the notes.
Okay, you do as such. Which I really got to stop using that phrase. So
Hey, that's just your key. That's your signature, man.
yeah. So you take the ledger book. You haven't opened it yet.
I'm gonna take the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why
you
not?
go ahead.
You
We gotta
take
get-
the
we
money.
gotta get paid.
I have no need for such things, but okay.
There was about probably $20,000 in cash in hundreds.
He has no use for
So
it. I'll spend it
fat
50-50
stack.
No.
with you.
Make sure you look at it. Don't make sure it's not like
Fake.
no.
all the same
it's not
serial
like
number.
it's not like Fisk bucks or something. like
Only good at Fisk Industries.
it's not like a voucher. It's not
Well,
like
coupons, Disney
not
dollars.
like bison bucks that they're going to be worth. Each one of these will be worth 10 of your American dollars or whatever bullshit. So it's real money.
It's got so much
I think
Bitcoin on
they're
here.
U.S. dollars.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
Ew, Canadian money.
So look, you mentioned to us that there's a rappel line. Should we go up and see what's up? Up on the
Yeah.
Now here's a question: can we go to the
If
roof
nothing's
from here?
inside.
Are there stairs like we can walk
yeah,
up?
if you look around the place, yes. You do
Okay,
find
so
out-
Let's just take the easy way
I
out.
was gonna say, how about we don't try to climb up there because I'm not Spider-Man.
I mean, I can fly, but I'd just rather walk because I'm trying to keep on
Yeah,
low
so-
down here.
And they don't know you can fly either. They
Yeah.
have no clue.
And that's the thing; we're still guards. We're just doing our rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to blend in here.
So yeah, you go up to the roof, and as you emerge onto the roof, it's still a bright sunny day. You notice there are several bodies on the roof.
Bodies,
Like
as in
actual
not-
bodies?
not
Actual
ash.
bodies.
Huh. Let's check out the bodies and see what happened to them.
They are riddled with bullet holes.
That's bad.
Are they Fisk guards?
Yes.
Okay, so someone
like-
else wants in here for Fisk stuff.
Like lots of bullet holes, like
Lots.
like a ridiculous amount of bullets.
Like somebody wanted these people dead in a real bad way.
I'm already getting an idea of what's going on, but
I'm glad you are. Do you want to share with the rest of the group?
Are there any footprints anywhere? Or any boot prints or anything?
The gravel has been disturbed, but you can just tell it just leads from some kind of an entry point. Like maybe someone dropped in either via helicopter or repelled.
Are they like
from
assault rifle bullets?
You don't know.
Are there bullet casings?
Yes.
Like, where are the bullet casings? Do they lead anywhere specific?
They lead towards the door that you just came out of.
So someone came up the stairs and then repelled
Would
back
this be
into
s-
Fisk's office?
I'm trying to figure out how to roll for it. But would this be a signature that we would have seen before? Or might have seen before at crime scenes because of my investigations?
I'm going to let you roll. It'll be difficult to figure out, but yes.
Okay. Because I might have seen a pattern of this before
Yeah.
at certain things. What am I rolling?
You're going to roll your reason for this one. See if you can remember something really difficult.
59.
59 against a what?
Typical.
Typical 59. Typical 59. You are able to... In New York, shootings are not unusual.
But the amount of bullets...
But the amount of bullets seems a little bit excessive.
And also the intuition of, like, who it is. Like, who was attacked, basically.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to posit a question. I'll be like, to me, this kind of looks like something that the Punisher would have done.
What do you guys say?
What do you think? Like, I'm looking around like this. It's not out of the question. I don't see any proof of it, but this is sort of something that I would have thought the Punisher would have done, like, or the so-called Punisher, I'll say, because nobody knows who he is.
I don't know anything of this so-called Punisher. I've spent most of my time in very secluded facilities.
Because I figured if I've been investigating a lot of these sorts of things, especially when it's on a known bad guy, and there's a lot of bullets and a lot of dead people, and so far we haven't seen like any superpower things. It's just somebody who just propelled in. That's a very Punisher sort of thing.
The last thing I want to do is go toe-to-toe with Castle.
So you know his name. I don't. I'm just the Punisher. But again, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. So...
All right.
Should we try to pursue this Punish Man?
He was on the news a lot. So.
Yes, a lot.
And the fact that just how many bullets were used,
Yeah.
and how many bodies were left. Not a lot of superheroes do that, and it's not really a villain MO to leave the bodies. Like, it's a very... You've left a message, right? So
what are you guys going to do? You're sitting on the roof, and all of a sudden you start hearing just the rat-a-tat-tat of assault rifle bullets just hitting pavement. You start hearing people yelling and screaming. You hear more gunfire.
Where's it like sound like
Back in
it's
the
coming
Sounding
from?
it's coming from below you.
all right,
Outside or inside?
Inside, probably.
all right. Let's go.
We'll say 60.
Should we go check it out?
What choice do we have? Let's figure out what's going on and try not to die.
So, you guys run down the stairs. You start hearing what sounds like an amazingly pitched firefight. You start hearing assault rifle, and then it stops for a second. And then you start hearing boom, 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 as something a lot heavier is now being used.
Let's be ginger about this.
And you
I
just
don't mean
hear
redheaded.
someone yelling, "Where's Fisk?"
It's the Punisher. So should we go say hi? Because he's supposed to be a good guy, right?
He is definitely not a bad guy.
He probably, if we explain ourselves, won't kill us.
Probably.
Make
we
sure
get a
we
chance to
kind
explain
of
ourselves.
let's make sure we don't like surprise him or anything. And go, hey, so guess who it is? 'Cause
So
we'll just get shot.
how do we do this? Does anybody have anything white on them that we can just like wave a flag? Be like, hey, because
Why
we
don't
don't.
you just
turn into
your
a
hand
wave.
into a flag?
Oh yeah, I guess I could just
Yeah,
turn my hand into a flag.
I can do that too. We'll both do that.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys come into a hallway. You start seeing guards running towards you. And then you just see this man in a long black coat with a skull shape on what looks like a Kevlar vest just mow them down in the back with this, what looks to be some kind of heavy machine gun.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go.
He sees you guys. He looks at your clothes
And your flag arms.
and your flag arms. He's like, "What the fuck?" He he points the gun at you and says, "Where's Fisk?"
Prison?
Didn't you put him there?
Not necessarily. He wouldn't have put him there. He
would
would
help
have put him in the
there?
ground. It would be probably Spider-Man that put him there. Because he would be dead. So, we're like, hi, we're here trying to find what Fisk is doing as well. We believe he's in prison still.
We could ask you the same question, that sort of thing.
By the way, all that upstairs is you, right?
Kind of nods his head. He hasn't lowered his gun yet. He goes, "You're looking for him too? Well, he's not at Rikers."
Oh. Oh.
We've been sent to find information about Fisk. We need to know what he's up to.
We know he's trying to deal with dangerous new weapons.
He points the guns at you still, and he's like, "You got to the count of 5 to tell me why I shouldn't blow your head off. Who are you? Who sent you?"
We're with S.H.I.E.L.D.? Question mark.
Whatever's left of S.H.I.E.L.D.
We're with
sent
whatever's
us.
left of S.H.I.E.L.D. after all this went to shit a few minutes ago. He has to have noticed people are just disappeared. People just fucking vanished, gone.
Makes you wonder if someone who's freshly been shot would get snapped as well.
If they're still alive, yeah. Presumably.
That would be a mercy at that
suck
point.
ass.
He looks at you and goes, "What are you talking about?"
Look outside.
Haven't you noticed all the ashen piles on the ground?
Keep the gun pointed at us. Just look outside.
He kind of backs up, kind of looks out a window. He's like, "Yeah, what? What do you mean?"
It's like everybody is turning to ash and disappearing. Planes are crashing. Cars are crashing. We rode fucking bikes here because it's not safe to ride on the road.
He's like, "I've been on the roof for a day. I didn't notice anything."
You've been up on the roof.
Yeah, he has no idea what's going on
You
the
didn't
ground.
hear all the chaos going on outside? Or I guess it's New York, so that's pretty much...
Didn't see
Well,
helicopters.
the city of yours is usually a bit
We'll see
chaotic,
if-
but not
we'll-
like this.
We'll see if you noticed. I rolled a 61. He goes... He kind of pauses for a sec. He lowers his gun a little.
Because I say,
He's like, "Come to think of it."
shouldn't there have been a lot more guards here?
He goes, "Yeah, getting in was a little too easy."
Like, we just walked up, said we're the relief, and walked in because they were so nervous because they were so understaffed.
They just watched half of their staff disappear into piles of ash. They're a little on edge.
Yeah. We're not here to fight.
He goes, "All right." He slings the gun. He's still got his hand on the trigger, but he slings it across his chest. He's like, "All right. For now, let's say I believe you. A lot of weird shit happens in this city. So you can help me find Fisk or what?"
May as well.
That's what we were on our way to do anyway.
Yeah, now that we know he's not in prison, because that was our next stop.
He goes, "I'll tell you what I know. You tell me whatever you know."
Deal.
All right. So, what's going to happen as our heroes have run into Marvel's signature vigilante, the Punisher? What's going to happen next? Well, stay tuned to find out here on the Cambridge Chronicles. For the Cambridge Chronicles, we have been...
Sir.
Fenrir, otherwise known as Mr. Christopher.
Al.
And I have been your judge for this afternoon, this evening. Whenever you're listening, Mike the Birdman Dodd will be back right after this, right here only on the Cambridge Chronicles.